I was the man of the house. I'm 12, 11, 12 years old. I thought I was the man of the house. So he comes in, you're not my daddy. You don't tell me what to do. And so that was my rebellion. But because I was always looking for ways to make money, I was out washing cars, selling fruit at a fruit stand, selling newspapers, delivering newspapers, dishwasher, all these kind of things at 11, 12 years old. He saw that in me, and he said to me one day, he said, come on, why don't you go for a ride with me? And I said, I won't go for a ride with you. What I want to ride with you for? I'm being rebellious. And he made me get in the car. He made me drag me, put me in the car. He drove. He went down the street to this house. He comes out, and he's counting his money. He puts it on the armrest. Drives a little further down to another house. He comes out, and he's counting his money. He puts it on the armrest. And we get to like the fourth or fifth house. Now, I'm 11, 12 years old. I'm looking at this money. He's stacking up on the armrest in between us. And I finally said to him, I said, where are you getting all this money from?
Right.
And he said, well, you see those houses that I went to? I said, yeah. He said, well, what I do is I buy those at city auction, fix them up, and then I rent them out. And this is the money that the people pay me for living in the houses. And I said, they give you all that money? And he said, yes. He became my best friend that day. Because he had something. Remember, you emulate what you see.
Yes.
And I saw that money. And I said, whatever you're doing, I want to do that.
I need to make that. Yeah.
Exactly. I stuck with him, and I learned from him, and I watched him, and I behaved around him, everything I need to do. And one of the things he always said to me, he said, I'm going to show you this. He said, but I want you to always have something to fall back on.
Right.
He said, so I need you to get your education. I need you to, graduate from school. He didn't even say college. He said, just graduate from school and get your education. He said, so that way you always have something, whether this works out or not. He died a year before I bought my first house. But I ended up owning over 40 houses in the city of Buffalo. Okay?
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
I had over 40 houses. No, over 20. I had over 40 units. I had 20 houses.
I got you.
I had 20 houses. I had over 40 units in the city of Buffalo. I ended up selling them. I have no properties now. I sold them all because I was doing too many different things. I started a property inspection company. I started a property management company. I started a Christian sportswear company. I have a men's jewelry accessory line that I have. I author books. I do public speaking. I invest in the stock market. I do property management trainings. I do weatherization trainings. So I do all these different things, which is, again, showing young people that you have a specialized skill. You take that skill and you find a way to offer it to somebody who needs your service. Mm-hmm. What problem are you solving?
And so the thing I like to take from that as well is so you have a lot of people in the city and anywhere in the world where they got these ambitions to do these things. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times is that they don't have the necessary resources to learn how to do them. You know what I'm saying? So I like those programs where you can go and learn something like that and being able to establish those skills and learn those techniques and then go out and do it. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? It's not so much even going out and learning how to do it, because nobody can teach you how to start a business.
Right.
They can tell you what they did to start their business.
Yeah.
Or what paperwork you need to file. But the biggest problem with people starting a business and being successful is called fear of success. We start doing something and we become afraid that it's not going to work out, or we're going to be afraid of how our family are going to think. So we go to them and say, so what do you think? You think I should do it? Now, you're talking to a bunch of people who don't have a business.
Right.
And saying, what do you think I should do? You think I should leave my job and start this thing? And of course, they're going to say, why would you quit your job and go start a business?
Because it's all they know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I actually dated a young lady who was a doctor at one point, and I had my real estate and I had my business.
Okay.
And she said to me, and like I said, I'm taking her on trips. We were going to cruises. I'm spending money. I got all these houses. And one day she said to me, because I told her I wanted to marry her. One day she said to me, so when you going to get a real job? I said, a real job? I said, what do you mean I get a real job? I said, I have a property inspection company, I have management, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Yeah, I know you got your business, but when you going to get a real job? And it made me realize that not everybody is meant to be in your circle.
Right.
Because people who don't understand that entrepreneurial spirit will never be able to reinforce you or support you in that spirit because they're not used to it. They don't have anything. They've never seen it before. So, they're getting up, going to work, and I'm still laying in the bed. But then when they come home from work, I may be doing my business.
Right.
Or I may be up late at night doing my business. But see, for me, doing my business might take me 10, 12 hours, but then I might be free for the next 2 days.
Right.
And so people who getting up 9 to 5 every day aren't going to be used to that. And so what I found is that I found that I lost a lot of friends because of that. And that's one of the things I tell my students. I said, as you start to grow, whether it's in your business, whether it's in your career, whatever your job is, whatever, as you start to grow, you're going to find that you're going to surround yourself with either better or you're going to stay surrounded with the people that you're with and you're not going to grow.
Right.
Because not everybody's meant to be in your circle. And if you continue to force yourself to stay in that one group, your boys or your home group that you hung out with growing up, and you already know some of them aren't going anywhere, if after you go to a certain level, you're going to feel bad because, you got that, so now you think you this.
Yeah, you changed.
Yeah, you changed up on us. So now what am I going to do? Am I going to stop hanging around these people, or I want to dumb it down so that way I can still hang out?
Mm-hmm. And I mean, in life, if you're going to grow and prosper,
exactly,
you're going to outgrow some people that you've been friends with, that
forever.
you've been associated with.
Best friends.
You know what I'm saying?
Best friends.
And it kind of, and it sucks.
And family.
But at the same time, like you said, like, what are you going to do? Are you going to stay in that mindset, in that position where you were stuck in? Or you can't let that hold you back.
Exactly.
Like you gotta grow forward. You gotta move forward.
A lot of us do. It's called fear of success.
Yeah.
Because the more successful we become, the bigger the fear is that we're going to lose our friends. Mm-hmm. We're going to lose our family. We're going to lose those people who were there for us when we were going up the ladder, But you can't take everybody up the ladder. And ask MC Hammer. Ask MC Hammer. He tried to take the whole hood with him, and look what happened to him. He went broke.
And like you said, like the people that you surround yourself with definitely have a major impact on your life. That's like right. just to be in like the mentality. Like for instance, like this past weekend at the PodCon on Saturday, being around just a bunch of positive people and people that's doing the same thing that
like-minded people.
Yeah, and like-minded people. And we're sharing ideas and we're sharing stories, and then you get to meet new people. That's how I met you.
Exactly.
I met you at the PodCon, and we're talking, and then like it's just a good sense of well-being.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like put you at a great mental state. And it's like, man, this makes me feel good. This makes me feel happy. This makes
unless you see the potential for where you can go too.
Right. Because with this podcast that I'm starting right now, I was thinking about this for like the last couple of months. And I was like, yo, I want to get this going. I got the sports podcast going, and I want to venture out, and I go and I talk to people, and then at the podcast Saturday, and like that kind of just reestablished that I want to move forward with this, man. Like just being around those people and talking, and then just getting like a better sense of how how it's going to work and different conversations I can have. And I was like, I definitely want to move forward, and and just life in general.
Exactly,
it's going to happen. That's going to help you. It's going to either make you better.
And that's what, like you said, you started this one that you're doing now because you saw that there was a need. Right. You find what your niche is. What problem can I solve by starting this new one? I'm doing the sports thing, but I see that there's something else that I can do.
There's more to offer.
Right.
Yeah.
And so by doing that, now you're servicing a different audience that may also like sports, but they also have a need for what you're doing now. And so that's the thing, like I said, it's always finding what your specialized skill is. What problem can you solve and use that to generate wealth? See, my thing is all about teaching people how to make money.
Yes.
So how can I use that to generate wealth? So then you look at what you're doing and you say, okay, I'm going to solve a problem with this. And what am I going to target? And how can I use that to generate some revenue?
Right.
So this way it's not a hobby, but it's also helping me to feed and support my family.
Right.
And so that's what I do with these young men. That's what I do with my No Dream is Impossible with my students. That's what I do with the program. It's called As a matter of fact, I do it tomorrow at the Urban League called The Power of You to Think and Grow Wealth. And that's what we do with them, showing them how to think and use their specialized skills, their abilities, find what target they can use. So, I had a young lady play the guitar. I said, you can play the guitar. I said, restaurants look for people all the time to come in and play music for, on weekends and things. I said, you can do that. I said, you can put down a hat in front of you and play on the street corner and make some money. Can you teach somebody how to play the guitar? So I started showing her all these ways that she could make money playing the guitar, which she never thought about.
Right.
And so think and grow wealth. What are you thinking of? What is it you desire, what you really enjoy doing, that if you could do it every day, it would be something you would do. But if you really had to do it and make money, would you love doing it? Playing the guitar. She loved playing the guitar. Mm-hmm. And showing her how she can make money playing the guitar.
I remember you was talking about a kid that was hearing the same thing. They said that they like to sleep.
Yeah. She was a clown. She's a clown. Uh-huh. She showed up, so I was going around the classroom that day and I was asking everybody what were their hobbies, what they like to do, and kind of showing them what they could do to make money from it. She said, well, I like to sleep. I said, what do you mean you like to sleep? That's my hobby. I like to sleep. So she really was trying to be funny.
Right.
She thought she was being slick. And I said, really? And she caught me off guard for a second. I said, okay. I said, you like to sleep. I said, but did you know up at the University of Buffalo, they go in the psychology department and they do sleep studies where they will pay you to come in and sleep on the weekends, and they will pay you because they can study you and watch you sleep, and they do different tests on your sleeping habits. She looked at me and she was like, are you for real? I said, yeah, I'm for real. I said, you go up there and you look, they have all kind of different studies that you can go up there and take part in, and they pay you. I said, so imagine you going up there after school and on the weekends and getting paid for sleep. I said, doing what you love doing. And she just looked at me and shook her head because, like I said, she was trying to be funny about it.
Yeah.
But I'm showing her that no matter what you come up with, I can show you where that you can help solve a problem, where you can help use that to generate wealth. And when you show a kid that they can do things, be creative, and create opportunities for themselves and make money, money talks.
Yeah.
Money talks.
Yeah, it does.
And I don't have to rob. I don't have to steal. I don't have to sell drugs. I have to do none of that stuff. I don't have to ask my mother.
Right.
So now I can do all this, and I can help out my family.
Mm-hmm. And you enjoying doing what you're like.
And I enjoy doing what I'm doing.
Right.
I'll give you an example. Another a young lady and a young man named Sheldon. He sells the bow ties here in Buffalo.
Okay.
And every time I see Sheldon, I just saw Sheldon the other day over at the what was it called? National Night Out. It was a peace night in Buffalo, and he was out doing his bow ties and his socks. And whenever I see him, I always take pictures of him. I always buy something from him,
right? Because
I'm always supporting what he does,
right?
He loved wearing bow ties. He loved making bow ties. He loved dressing up, and took it and found a way to generate wealth from it.
Yes.
So he sells his bow ties and socks and all his accessories. Another young lady named Zandra, she wanted lip balm. She wanted some lip gloss.
Yes.
Her father refused to get it. She went online and learned how to make her own. Now her company is almost $1 million company. She lives here in Buffalo, New York.
Wow.
Her name is Zandria. Zandria, yeah, that's her name. Her name of her company is Zandria. But I know her mom, all those guys, her father, her grandfather, grandmother, everybody. I know her whole family, basically. And she started out just making lip balm. Now her stuff is being sold in Target. She's being featured in all kind of magazines.
I think I read about that.
Yeah. They pay her to come speak all over the country. She just turned 19. She just graduated from high school last year.
Yeah.
But she started out like 9, 10 years old, making lip balm. And started selling that. And now she's a millionaire.
Wow.
Millionaire. Taking something you enjoy or finding a need or a niche and finding out how you can use that to generate wealth.
Mm-hmm. And not being afraid to go and try it.
And not be afraid to try it. Because like I said, fear of success. What are people going to say about me? People going to think it's silly.
Yeah.
People going to make fun of you. People always make fun of things that they don't know about.
Right.
Oh, that's stupid. That don't make no sense. Why would you do that? Why would you quit your job? Oh, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't, because, again, Fear of success, because when you become successful, you're going to find that you're going to lose people. You're going to lose those people who have been in your circle all that time. You know, you're going to get a lot of backlash